It has been a hot, hot day. It hit 40 degrees, which is roughly 100 degrees Fahrenheit for those people playing at home, in America anyway. I'm hoping I'm early enough to let the Americans have a bit of a shot at watching me as I do a live stream. I've been all over the place, been over at a friend's house whose air conditioner has broken. And I just realised that, man, sometimes we're a bit soft as modern humans. Sorry, I'm just getting onto my chair. We're a bit soft as modern humans. We think that we've got all this technology and we can't stand a 40-degree day. Or a 100-degree day. Whatever you want to call it. We can't stand it. So what I'm going to do now is, whilst we're here, I'm going to attach all of our peripherals. I'm also going to go onto the live stream. So it's bedtime, is it? Yeah. I tried to get there early. I've been driving all over the place. I've driven to Newcastle, which is a little bit far. What? 100 kilometres? I don't know what that is in miles. 40 mile? No, it'd be more than that. It'd be 200, which would be 80-ish miles. Just to give you an idea. I don't know. Before I go onto the stream, what I'll do is I'll actually convert the distance in miles, just so that everyone knows. So let's go Sydney, new tab, why not? Okay, Sydney to Newcastle distance. Sydney, Newcastle, miles. Go. 101.2 miles, there you go. So, fun. Now, let me go into YouTube and turn the thing on. It's been an interesting hot day. I came back to a fish kill, which is not fun. There we go. And we are on, and I will just turn this down, then turn up the microphone, then all the things. Got the microphone here. It's never a seamless procedure. And yes, fish kills are what they sound like. They're great. Not really. I have frogs in my fish tank, and the main tank seems to have just collapsed, which is not fun. Oh yeah, I saw your vid. I'll like it when I'm done with this one. Oh gosh. .25 gigabytes in size. Yeah, you know what I'm going to do? The next time I need to do a long one, I still need to do that fossil one. I'm going to delete the fossil video. And I'm going to put on, I'm just going to live stream it and hope for the best. And then I will edit the bits out of the live stream that I like. I think that's probably the easiest way to do it. Or you're just going to use up heaps of space. Yeah, there's no good way to do it, Don. You'll just, like, I've used up 2 phones and several cards worth of data. It's insane. You go onto the cloud and you put your data onto the cloud, and within 5 minutes you've used up all of your data because it's just huge. Yeah, well, I tried to get there earlier. So I've got all of this up and running. I'll put this way. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to turn up the volume just to see if this is working, because I've noticed from time to time it doesn't. Hello? Hello, 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 hello. What you know of terrible. Isn't it? Hello? That's not good. Hello? I have frogs in and... There you go. All right. I have frogs in and... Good. Yeah, I know that. I just heard the static then. So what happens is that whenever I'm not going to touch it. Hopefully it'll all sort itself out. Hopefully anyway. I will move these things into the tank and we will start the streaming process. I think that's the most pain-free time I've had of it so far. Let's have a look and see how good we are. I think we're good. I think we're good. Well. Next time, remind me, when it's doing well, just don't mess with it. Oh dear. Girl. Let's just put this on. Let's just put this on. There we go. How's that going? How's that going? Just tilt it back a bit, tilt it back a bit. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make sure that you've got a bit of a downward angle. So hopefully that will help. Alright, now I'm going to move this to the big position to see what it looks like. So what am I doing today? We'll get one of the crystals out. I'll actually turn the water on early because I need to wash down a few things. What I decided to do was actually just get things cracking so that we had something to do. I want to try and get there early for the American audience. I tell you what, there's a certain quality to the air with that fish tank out there. I had to scoop some of the corpses out and they didn't smell too pretty. So what I've got is I've got this fella here. Let's see if you can see him. Get to the end of it, mate. Yeah, so I've got this fella here. He's quite good. I'll just give him a bit of a tidy up. Doesn't need much, just a bit of a tidy. I've got a whole heap of opals that are sitting here in a special pile, and probably I'll just show them to you as we go because times are wasting. So a lot of them are cast-offs, so I've got stuff like this that'll come good once the light comes on. Got this guy here. Once again, quite a nice little opal, except just needs to be washed for a start. Quite a nice little opal, and when the light comes on you'll see a little better. Actually, we've got, can we see back here? Because we've got sunlight, genuine natural sunlight. You can't see that one, great. Move it down here, how about here? There we go. Not that great, but you get the general gist. Where is no sunlight could actually possibly stream in to where we need it. That would be too convenient. So anyway, that's what I've got planned anyway. And I've got a few just sitting aside in a special place, just in my chest of drawers. And I've got a few cuts that I'm going to make just to check. Is that you, Max? Max is starting to be a bit vocal. I've got a few cuts to make just to clear some stones. I don't want to just cast some stones aside. I want to have a look and make sure that I'm not missing out on any amazing opal. They're small ones. I'll do a static check now. Is everything doing okay now? Now, if you the old occult style people, they refer to some riches as slippery. When they're talking about that, they are talking about a treasure that slips further underneath the earth as you dig for it. And I didn't really understand this meaning until I started digging in my opal pile for opals. The moment you see an opal you like, you try and dig through the pile and it just slips underneath. Okay, here's one. Ding, 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 ding. Nice one. So I've got a few there, and I'm going to just grab a few from the special drawer. Some of these opals in the special drawer are special because they've never been, well, touched by my human hands anyway. Never been touched by human hands, we'll call it that. And so you and I will be looking through them all for the first time sometimes. And I'll get this handful from this other special drawer, which is definitely touched by human hands, but still fun. Obligatory spilling of opals. Now, grab that thing and away we go. Right. Move this over. No, it doesn't matter because I won't be using it today. So, moving this onto the plate, I'll show you why. There's one opal that I think is a particularly, well, I call it special, sort of special opal. These ones are not. It's one that I did really early on, and I just noticed it sitting there in my drawer the other day, and I'm going, I wonder if there's anything I can do. I'll show it to you. Give it a bit of a rub in the wet. Here it is. Nice colour. It's just got a few little issues with inclusions and stuff. And I'm thinking, you know what? I'm at that kind of time in my life where I think I can do something about these. So I think I'll give this one a go. Try and tidy it up, then send it on its merry way. So let's start the machinery going. Is everyone comfy? I'm mostly comfy, except I can still smell the remains of my poor frogs. They're quite dead, quite stinky. And that, prepare for some necessary scratches as I move this out of the way. There we go. 5 by 5. You mean 5 out of 5? Because look at that. Yeah. One thing I didn't understand when I was first starting out is you've got to think about what the sand's going to do. And I could see the sand was disrupting things, and I just didn't know how to cope. So today we are going to just do our best with this guy. If the sand has to remain under the surface, then so be it. I can at least shape it a bit better. And hopefully I can take enough back off to get to that sand. Carving it at an angle. The sand is going. That has helped. There is some sand very deeply embedded in that. I'm not sure I can actually get to that without destroying the stone. Let's see what I can do. Just that. There. What we got. This is where the tense music needs to start, because if I do this wrong, I've just wrecked the stone. Having said that, it's been just sitting in my drawer for a while, so it's either going to not get done or get wrecked, so who cares? As you can see, the brightness is increasing because I am getting rid of some of those sand inclusions. You don't realise how this is kind of cool, because it's obvious to me, because I can remember trying to cut this when I was a young whippersnapper, I mean, I wasn't a young whippersnapper, but you know what I mean. Or maybe you don't. Maybe whippersnapper is not in the American language. But when I was younger, when I was a young whoa, yeah, I just did not know how to cope, and you can just feel it in your hands. You know what you're doing. Very interesting. Tells you how far you've come. Even if I mess this one up, I reckon I'll be feeling a lot better about myself. Because that's what this was all about, ego. Oh, yeah, so the Dremel noise is a lot softer because I've got the Dremel down and I'm also connected via an external microphone. And that external microphone is designed as a lapel interview mic, and instead of doing that with it, all I've done is I've just gotten the microphone and clipped it to the side of the stand. And the cool thing about it is that there are two microphones. So I've clipped one to the sanding station, and I've clipped the other to the dremeling station. So that means that I've got myself basically this in stereo, but none of that stereo is actually anywhere near the Dremel. It's actually looking for the other microphone. Weirdly enough, Al. Weirdly enough, I can't see it. It must have fallen. Let me have a quick look. Follow the bouncing ball to the microphone. Here it is. And it is... Oh, yeah. It is here. Has that changed the dynamics a bit? So I think I know what that means, but does a greenhorn mean beginner or newbie or young warthog by any chance? Okay, yeah, because it was actually in a drawer. If the Dremel noise is too much, I'll just shove it back in the drawer. So what I'm doing, there's that final piece of sand, which is just sitting just there, which I feel the need to remove. And I think that black is doing more than just looking pretty. We're just going to have to deal with that. What I can do, however, is I can face the stone slightly that way, I suppose, to make it... Okay. Oh man, those dead frogs are really smelly. The back looks quite nice, doesn't it? Tempted to face that up. Like crystal opal from looks. I think we've gotten rid of all of our sand now. Yep, I think I'll just dop that guy up. So there you go, that's the difference between experience and not that much experience. Really does make a big difference around here. Excellent. Glad to hear about that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to just get a few stones cleared. These ones are not ones I'm expecting to have much. So the general idea is either knock the top off them, cut them in half, otherwise interfere with them to see what's underneath. If there's nothing, we move on. So here goes. What have we got? Nothing. Let's try this next one. Here it is. So this has got a little bit of colour, but it's all lumpy and looks rather difficult to actually clear it all up. So let's see if it will clear up. Okay, cue the music. Bum, bum, dum, 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 dum. Got to go up by a semitone. Dum, dum. Maybe go down again. Dum, 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 dum. Don't think I'm ever going to turn this into a beatboxing channel, whatever they call that. Oh, what have we got here? To give you a look at what's happening, it seems to be clearing up a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly have a look underneath from the sand side. Okay, so the middle's clear. There's a little bit of sand around the edges, so I'll just give the sand a bit of a nudge. Some of these stones aren't so much you're worried about the sand being all through it, just the sand at a crucial area, at a crucial depth. So you think you've just about done it and it either snaps or stuffs up in another set of ways. So this thing is still sitting here and toying with me. Checking the... Okay. So I have to stop and check the chat every now and then, because I'm not Justin from Black Opals Direct. No, I'm not Justin. I'm not here with this amazing piece of rough that I bought for $5.5 million. I've just got this tiny little piece of rubbish. But all of this opal talk just reminds me of my dad. I think I'm going to stop now because it's starting to get very small and I'm still not getting rid of the sand. Okay. Let's just leave it. This one's a bit more hopeful. I'm going to carve the corner off it and see what happens. There we go. Ooh. Okay, well that's what we call an inspired slice, because that got rid of most of the sand issues. I'll just go and take one more sand out of it. Yeah, as far as I can tell, that's probably going to be the back, but that seems to have cleared up most of the issues. Woohoo! Get right into it, Phil. Get right into it. Okay, so isn't it cracking? What I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend that crack doesn't exist and keep going. Because I think it might just be some webbing or some other such thing. Having said that, I'm just looking at it. I'm taking it out into the sunlight so I can see. I think the potch is invading a bit too deep on this one. I'm aware that you need potch for a good opal, but sometimes it's nice to have a bit of colour. Can you still see? I just bumped the camera. Let's move back a bit. No one wants to see me with a shaved head. Oh, Justin, Opal's direct. Yeah, fair enough. I'd also need to have all the contacts he's got. I'm pretty certain he's got a stack. I may have had a fight with the Setawies. So I need to build my contacts up. Okay, so that one, it's clean, but it's a second string opal. That's all I can say about it. Alright. Let's clear this one up and see what we find. This one's just got a few rough edges and a bit of sand. But it's got some red in it, so I'm anxious to see if I can clear it out, the sand, so I can get to the red. Okay, so what I did was I decided to cut from the other side. Now I'm actually considering just cutting it. Okay, here's the game plan because it actually looks quite nice. I don't know if you can see what I can see, but see how it's divoted out here? I'm considering cutting it across there and making it a circle rather than trying to make it go long, because I think that's the best option. Yeah, well, look, if ever I get rich enough, I'll invite everybody over to Lightning Ridge, and we can go and just dig a hole in the ground, have a look, because like you can literally pick opals up off the road. I've done that before. Decided to slice through. Whoa. Okay, that was a bit unexpected. Which way did it go? Which way did it go? That line was not it. Oh, there it is. So, I'm pretty certain I saw the other piece fly into my water reservoir. That's okay, it can stay there. This bit is the I'm interested in. Well, what do you know? I think it was a bit camera shy. Is that the beast? No, it's not. It hasn't come out of the tank. It's just I can't spot it. And you'd think you'd be able to see it in among, like, it's not a big tank. It's got the top here. Amazing. It's managed to hide itself quite neatly. Looking behind the... Well, that's a shame. It's starting to look good. Oh well. I'm sure I'll find it eventually. I'm just amazed that it can actually hide itself. How can it hide itself? Oh well. Fortunately, there's more where that came from. Yeah. I don't begrudge him. I think that what he's got is he's got a different issue than us. He's got his nice rough that he's paid like $1 billion for, and he has to make it count. For me, I don't pay quite as much, but I don't cut as much either. So I have to make the crappier rough count, and sometimes you do. Okay, that's a nice one. It's going up there. That was just a few little swipes and it was done. This one here, I'm still deciding which side to face it with because it's got this is access all areas really. It's really quite a nice opal. There we go. I'm going to go on this side, just because I've started that side. There's a piece under here that I've just got to carve the bit out of. There we go. Still a small inclusion sitting there. Still a bit groovy, man. That's a bit better. I'll leave that for the doc to clean it up properly. What shall we call it? Shall we call it Doppy from Harry Potter? Or shall we call it Doctor Who? Yeah! Doctor Who, Doctor Who, hey, Doctor Who. I know, bad joke. No, I'll show you that. There's also a small doublet that I'll quickly show you and quickly fix up. Have a look at that. Lovely. I glued a black backing to it, so it's a little bit deceptive, but you know, doublets, fun. With Christmas coming up, I'm going to have to get my wire wrapping skills ready to go so that I can make jewellery for all my friends and family. Make jewellery for my friend and family. There we go. Lovely. Okay, fun will be had for this one because it is very colourful. But if you have a look at the side here, look at all that sand and inclusion. I'm not going to bother with the laser. I'm just going to cut into it and see what happens. I'm also going to move the light forward so that I can see properly. I think it makes the cinematic experience for you guys a little bit harder, but you know. Here we go. Let's just trim the edge. Away, away, it's sad to say, no one saw the Carnegie the weeks flew by. Good on Nick Cave. I'm just thinking, if I'm not careful with my drum, I'll get a red right hand. There it goes. Kaboom. Alright, so here's a nice opal. It's about that thick now. Piece went flying. I'll try and carve this bit off, but I think we've got no hope for it now. Yeah, just going straight back to the potch. It's gone. Say a prayer. It went. Okay, let's have a look here. I'm going to do another of these ones. They were fun. So basically, Russian roulette opal time. Look at this guy. Once again, no laser. Let's have a look and see what we've got. We've got some. Okay, from my soil science knowledge, I know that red colour is from iron 2 oxide. So it's been in a relatively moist environment. So I don't think you've got any issues with hydrophane cracking, but the sand itself is probably destabilising it. I think approach it from the opposite side. Having seen that, there's just too many spots and weaknesses. What if this one actually cleans up? Move this over here so that I'm not. I now have a giant wet spot on my pants because the water was leaking onto it. Seems that there's a defect running all the way up here. To the bulb go the spoils, as they say. Let's just carve this away. Let's have a look at that now. What can we do with that? I think that's a crack. Not a lot then. I will carve this section away a bit. I think this is what we call a fun project opal, because I don't think anyone realistically expects anything from it. Hang on for a second. There we go. I needed my viewing platform to be a bit better. Right, so if you look right up into there, that sand is all pervasive, all knowing, all ruining. Having said that, I might be able to get this little piece out. Let's have a look. It's pretty deep. At what point we bail on this one? Hang on, I'll just try and snap it. Still quite solid. I'm going to slice it through here. Well, I'm going to cut this off first because there's no point if that crack stays. Let's just slice through. Nearly. How annoying. A nearly good opal. Let's see if we can do something with it. I'm just now morbidly curious. This is not an opal you should continue with. But like you can see, there's that spot there, right? But you turn it over, the spot's not there. So, come on, there's got to be something. Shouldn't be too gung-ho with that. Oh no, is it going to make it? It's at these times you're sitting there going, listening in your own head to that narration at the Smithsonian Institute. Yes, this opal was done on YouTube on whatever day it is today. And they thought it was a hopeless cause. And then all of a sudden it came good to be the most valuable opal in the world. And that's right. This is Philip's imagination. Yeah, I presume you were talking about the doublet. Okay, nearly there. Let's get rid of that piece of whatever it is. Okay, so what I think we can do, I think I can salvage this. That's interesting because I ordinarily wouldn't have. Didn't think it was worth my time. There actually is opal in here. Yeah, what do you know? Some will call this Smithsonian. Going to turn it into a drop, I think, because it's just a bit too thin on that side. Still that colour pervades. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it because I'll get the rest off with sandpaper and I'll have to double it. But I mean, it wasn't a hopeless case, which was pretty cool. Speaking of not hopeless case, this one hopefully will be awesome. Now, in case you're interested, I deliberately attack opals from the sandy side. Whether I'm right or not is another story. But I'm working on the theory that the sand and the opal formation have something to do with each other. And so therefore you've got a better chance, in my own mind, of getting good colourful opal once you get rid of the sand. I'm also more likely to buy a sand obscured opal that other people might not want to play with, just for that reason. Okay, so now cue the tense music because it is a situation where that sand's got to go. And it's going. No, the kettle drum is still playing in the background of my head. Dum, dum. Tension has not alleviated itself to the level I would like because I can see that. Come on. We can get out of this. What's your favourite kind of holiday, Opal? Can I bribe you? It's a bit thin on this side. Well, it's getting too small to be a really good opal, but at the same time, because it's got some nice colour there, it's probably still worth doing. I'll try and get rid of that. But it certainly is very close to the bone, so to speak. So that basically went into an inclusion. If I cut it from this side and it's perfect, I'm going to be really annoyed with myself. I just shouldn't have done that. What do you know? I think it's probably best to do it from this side. So There's that theory out the window. That theory's not out the window just because of one dodgy opal though. Got to get rid of that piece because it's a crack. But there we go. Small but nice. So there's a few blues going through. It's almost got, I call this a Pepsi Cola pattern because it's got a little bit of a wave going through the circle. I'll leave it at that. It's not too bad a little stone. One of these has got to work out. So, I'll show you what I'm dealing with here. Over here we've got a tiny little crack, which looks like it goes the entire width of the stone, so I'll have to slice that off. You can see that light part there, so it's pretty much gone, we've done it. I'll try and slice it in such a way that it'll retain that piece, just in case it colours up. But I think it just has to go. Now what lies beneath? Doesn't look that spectacular, I'm afraid, but I'll keep going. I'll just give this a bit of a wipe. Sorry for the interval. Okay. First things first, I'll just clean up the back, because it's clearly the back. There's going to just be blackness here. And I just want to get rid of that white section. This time around I've got no choice but to go through on the sandy side, so hopefully all my theories are correct, because that would be really nice. Looks like we're getting a whole lot of nothing. Going to hold it up to the sunlight, see if we've got some sun flash, but it looks pretty dismal from here. Okay, there's nothing on that one. We're going to move on. Teeny tiny fragment. Another cracked stone. That's a no. That's a no. That's pretty much done. I'll just quickly round this one off. But that was just sitting there. Pretty much a cab done. I'm not complaining. Okay. That was a no-brainer, that one. That was pretty easy. Having a look at this guy. I'm going to give him a go just because he's got an awful lot of green in him. I'm going to show you the reverse, what I'm going to try and fix up. And that's why I'm even bothering. I think there's no point in pretending that's going to actually produce a stone like that. So I'll just carve from the corners, and I think we're going to have to, wow, it will produce a few extraordinarily small stones. Finally cleaned it up. How many carats do you think that will be? Bugs Bunny would not be happy. Still got sand. You'd think that it'd throw me a bone after that, wouldn't it? But no. Right, well, at least I got the sand out of it. It's tiny. But I think that I'm just going to keep doing it because I think that there's a certain skill in doing tiny stones, don't you? Okay. So yeah, I'll probably double that up. But it's not a bad stone, it's just tiny. Alright, here's one which has got all sorts of pinks and stuff in it, but it's also very cracked. I've got a lot of experience working with these kinds of ones, actually. Yeah, there we go, look at this. Oh, thank you. Sorry, apparently I'm having a food break. My daughter's just come in and given me
someone, please.
Giving me a mango.
I mind you want cheek, and then you went yes, and I was like, okay.
I thought you asking for permission.
No. I've been given explicit permission for the mangoes. I was trying to be nice, but I also knew you were live streaming.
Yeah, fair enough.
Anyway, love you, Father dearest. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Do you want me to take that to the bird dog bin once we're done with it?
There we go. Yum. That was delicious.
Gross.
Birds.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's unexpected, but not unwelcome. Like I've been saying, it's a really hot day today, and so refreshing mango ain't too bad. Gotta be careful with this. Oh my goodness. Oh. Now let's not get too excited, ladies and gentlemen, because I happen to know that this can just grind away in a second. So I'm going to very carefully take the back off it. Like my definition of very carefully. Oh dear. Here we go. Oh, well, this is a very Australian stone. It's got all sorts of green and gold on it. Either Australian or Brazilian soccer team. Okay, there's cracks, so let's just be careful. Let's not celebrate just yet. That crack goes all the way through, so I'm going to try and cut it so that I've at least got a pointer somewhere. Right. Okay, there's a crack there, you can see that, so I'll cut it like so. It's annoying how much of this will be left. That's why they're worth the big bucks though, because this is not uncommon an occurrence. You sit there and you go, this is the best ever. And you are forced in certain circumstances to turn the best stone ever into the best powder ever. Just comes with the territory. That's why I was cutting bits off rather than just grinding it away, because I'm aware of the territory. That bit had to be ground away. Okay. We got a stone, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Now that was unexpected. What I'm going to do is, at the moment we've got a bit of a sharp angle here. I'll try and reduce that angle a little bit, but not much, because I think that this is one of those ones where I'm going to err on the side of caution. I'll take the back off a little bit, and then I'm going to dop it. But I need to have a nice surface for it to dop on. And that nice surface also is a nice opal surface, so these ones are all full of very difficult choices. But get your nice opals. Alright, so let's have a look what we've got here. That back, I've successfully carved all the opal off it. Congratulations, Phil. But this side, still going strong. So, I'll just very carefully take that bit off it. I am loath to touch it more. I'm only going to try and help it along this way. Right, I'm going to leave it like that. It was double-sided. It might still be double-sided, but I think I'll concentrate on this side. Won't worry about the other side, because you don't want to grind away too much of it. That's sitting at maybe 0.75 of a carat, I reckon. That's worth a pretty penny at that rate. But if I do too much with it, it won't be worth anything. So I think discretion is the better part of valor in these cases. This one is just a fragment that flew off something. So all I'm going to do is just carve this end off, make that into a pointer. Right. Okay, Don, and anyone else is interested, we can review that footage, because that was me just going on instinct cutting that opal. So what could we have done better? We've got cutters here, so that one is a definite learning experience. Because it was such a difficult one to cut. So difficult. This one's going to end up looking fairly similar. Be a little bit softer in colour. I'll leave that one. I'll actually dot that one and allow the dot procedure to straighten that one out. Oh yeah, over 900 subs, and I don't know why. I think the only reason is persistence, because there was one video that was particularly good, but the rest of them were a bit so-so, and people just decided to join up. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a quick investigation on this one. Just cut through the inclusion patch and see what we get. I'm not going to worry too much. But I like it. I like just looking through it. That one, that piece I'm not going to keep. Having a look at this piece. I think I'm not going to persist with this one. I've just done a double-sided marble. Why am I going to bother with this piece of very ordinary looking potch? I am too good for this. It's nice to have that feeling, actually. Looking around, I've got a few more pieces of it. Okay, I'll show you this guy. I happen to know that this is the same rough package that other one came from. So I might just cut it open just to see. I'll see what else I've got here. Okay. This one here I call the 1920s Dust Bowl. Yeah, a lot of them are. A lot of the subs are just random accounts, which are not legitimate accounts, sadly. They're just trying to get some kind of legitimacy, and so in order to do that, they need to subscribe to something. So enjoy it while it lasts when that happens. This guy is interesting. But the other thing is, like, if we want to talk about the technical marketing aspect of what I'm doing, I've decided I can't really be someone who I'm not. And so I've grabbed my camera and make a shot of what I'm feeling at the time and hope people resonate. And I think that does work. Because out of the 7 or 8 billion people in the world, there are people who resonate with you. So it's not so much you being so good as you being targeted in who you're talking to. And if you're targeting a person who's like you, then your message will never not be on point, I suppose. It's either that or dumb luck. Never attribute to good planning what can also be attributed to luck, as they say. Usually it's the opposite. Don't attribute to conspiracy what could easily be attributed to incompetence. Working in the public sector, I know that's really important. But seeing Don, you're an American, I think that there's some bill or another that the Republicans and Democrats are arguing over at the moment regarding that war in Ukraine. The Republicans have some beef with the Mexicans over the border, I do believe, and trying to get something through. Democrats don't want any part of that. Interesting times. I can't comment because even if I have certain opinions, not my country. I can't dictate what another country does. Yeah, the varied content's interesting, Don. I think one of the YouTubers said something along the lines of feed the masses, but always save something for yourself. I think that's what... So put some... put stuff that the algorithm likes in, but also put stuff in that really interests you. And for me, I've taken that to extreme levels because I'm just interested in a lot of stuff. Sometimes I'll do a random political rant like I just did. Sometimes I'll talk about epidemics. Sometimes I'll talk about opals. Sometimes I'll talk about fossils. Just whatever's on my heart, really. It's all part of being genuine, I suppose. With cockatoos, of course. I thought it was funny because, like, I can't remember. There's an American bunch who are doing some good opal videos at the moment. But after I started coming on with my cockatoo, they brought a chicken on. And I'm like, yeah, I get ya. But seriously, I'll go to the States at some stage and give you the cockatoos to parade around. You don't have to try and gimmick with the chicken. I'm not sitting here, you know, gimmicking with the cockatoo. It's just what happened. Like, I rescued a couple. They're not so much pets as co-residents. Especially now then. That's Max. Oh yeah, clickbait titles. And yeah, if you have a look at my stuff, if I might tempt you to click on something else, I've got 5 trust tips for cockatoos, and that works really well. The only thing I could have done better with that one is say, you'll never believe number 3. I can't, like, I'm not sure about you. I could possibly put a 5x thing onto a YouTube video, but I couldn't, with all seriousness and a straight face, say you'll never believe number 2. I physically can't do it. I can't be that fake. Yeah. Speak of him and watch the yellow-headed devil appear. It's good to see your channel taking off. And I like the little milestones too, because like you're sitting there going 50, that's good. And you'll always, when you're hitting that next milestone, you'll always like it. So you'll go to 100 next, and it'll be just as good as the 50. And by that stage, 50 will be nothing to you. It'll be great. Just takes a bit of persistence, Don. And sometimes videos fall flat. I've got a few videos, like my intro video, if you've ever seen it, I cringe every time I look at it. But some people don't. I think some people just keep watching with morbid fascination, the same way they watch a train wreck, really. I suppose it doesn't matter why people watch it, as long as they do. Well, isn't that a nice little thing? I'll just double that one up as well. And I've got to get a little bit of a potch mark out of it, but I think I'm getting a bit nervous about that one, so I'm going to leave it alone. Leave it alone. This guy's an investigation only. It's the same rough that I've been doing a few with, and so I don't expect much out of it. I'll do that other one in a minute. This one's worth faceting a bit just to see. Uh-oh. Hey. What have we got here? That was a weird noise that I made. Oh. Right, I don't think there's much on that side, so I'm going to check the other side, but I don't think there'll be anything. Don't hold your breath. Is that a little bit of colour or not? Okay, let's just get going. One very small rub at a time. Look, they got some colour. Is it enough? I think it's just... I'm going to just prepare this one as a backing for a doublet because I don't think it's really got that much done for it. But the thought that's occurred to me is if I'm going to back a doublet, I might back it with something that's got just the tiniest bit of colour, just to see if I can improve the impressiveness of my colours. So yeah, this one is now no longer a stone so much as a backing for a doublet. But I don't think it's even that because that sand's not going to be stuck. Yeah, it's stopping with that one. Okay. Have a lovely sleep, Don, and wish you every luck with your channel, mate. I'll start liking and doing things to your video once I'm done with this. What's the time here? 1 a.m. in the United States. Right, enough of those ones. Let's go into this one. See what we can find from it. We'll go into this one as well. So what I'm doing now is I'm deliberately randomly cutting to see what facing it does. In case you're thinking I've gone mad. And those who know me well enough will realise that's not possible. I went mad years ago. Right, so there's a crack. I'm just going to cut along the crack. As far as I can tell, absolutely nothing. In case you're interested, ladies and gentlemen, Loki is trying to escape. She can see me, she just wants my attention. Yep, that opal's not doing anything. Alright, well, that was a lot of fun. Ooh, but this guy... Okay, let's see what this guy does. Just very carefully, just down a bit. You can see where this is coming from. It's a disrupted layer. And I have a deep suspicion that all opal, even though we say it's all those microspheres and stuff like that, I don't know. I'm wondering whether it's cracking. Just me. I could be just crazy. But I sometimes wonder. Oh my goodness. What have we got here? What have we got here? Oh my goodness. Where have you been all my life? Look at this. Unbelievable. Oh, Don, you're in bed, aren't you? I'll be looking for your Wednesday premiere, but Man, what a gem. That's right, Max. This is the second time something's happened like this in one session. Okay, I'm just putting this down and clearing the screen because it's getting a bit serious, this. Ah. Did you just see what just happened? I mean, what I'll do is I'll shut this thing down very soon, but man. Look at that. I'm going to see if you can see what's going on in the... Clearing the screen here. There we go. This guy's winking back at me. Can you see all that? Come on, come into focus. Good boy, come in focus. It's not doing it. Oh well. There's red, there's green, there's all the colours. It's beautiful. It's being very gentle with it now. So I think this black even behind it is masking a little bit of red. So I've gotten 2 decent opals in the one sesh that I didn't realise were even there. I've got blue here and it's next to the red. That is black opal, undoubtedly black opal. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I don't even know what to say. This is just a cheap rough pack. There was nothing special about it. I'm just stunned. I don't know what to say. That's amazing. Okay, I'm gonna just tidy up the back, and probably it's going to be double-sided or, you know, made of gold. I don't know. There's still some hard decisions to make with this one, actually, because I've got to even up the sides. But still, that's just an amazing stone. I'm not carving it anymore. I'm putting that straight to the top. That's going straight to the top. I'll post I'll post some photos of those later. But, like, let's just have a bit of a recap because I've got a few here. Got this one here that I found. There's another one here sitting around somewhere. Oop, there's that one. So this is the crummiest of them. That one there. Then there is, where is it? It's not that one. No, it's not that one. It must be this one. Is it that one? Yeah, it's that one. I think anyway. Yeah, it's that one. Yep, so I've got that one there. We know that one. Got this one here. We know this one here. It's not too bad. Then we've got the doublet that I showed you. Nice green doublet. That guy there. Then we've got this one, which is almost an afterthought, just sitting in amongst all of the rough that was sitting there, in amongst my newbie material. That one. And then finally, this piece of, oh my goodness, where have you been all my life? I mean, let's see if I can flip it up. I think if you flip it up like that, you see the reds. If you can't see it, I can guarantee you there's red in here. That's amazing. I think that's all I can end it on. There's no... I just don't know what to say. I am stunned. I'm amazed that, like, the session produced that many good opals. Like, you know, that's easily a couple of grand just sitting in my hand like that. And it was just so easy to do, just there with just a few little bits of stone, just having a nice chat with people, just enjoying life in general, and all of a sudden, bam, amazing. So I don't know who's there at the moment, but I just wish everyone good fortune, as good fortune as I just had, because I am stunned. I'm happy. Oh boy. Shutting everything down. And honestly, if I don't see you again in the next few days, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all the good stuff. Look after yourself. Dr. Phil out. Hey?